This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet parents. This is Michelle Fern, your host on Best Bets for Pets. Are you an unlucky pet parent? Well, my next guest is going to tell us about a line of products that's going to make you a very happy and lucky pet parent. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here, host of Best Bets for Pets. I have a great audiobook for you. Heartwarming, insightful, and often laugh out loud funny. W. Bruce Cameron's A Dog's Purpose audiobook is not only the emotional and hilarious story of a dog's many lives, but also a dog's eye commentary on human relationships and the unbreakable bonds between man and man's best friend. And don't miss the next in the series, A Dog's Courage, coming this May from Macmillan Audio. Order them wherever audiobooks are sold.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I would like to welcome Tommy Shankland. He is the marketing and PR manager of Skout's Honor. Welcome, Tommy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So I'm so happy to have you on. Okay, before we get into all the wonderful things your product line does, tell us about your pets.
Yeah, so I have a little 1-year-old miniature schnauzer mix that we rescued out of Mexico. We're out here in Southern California, so he wasn't too far from us. And then we have a 5-year-old Australian Shepherd named Phoebe. She's a red tri, so she's got that nice gold and red coloring to her, and she's too smart for her own good.
Australians are amazing. Australian collies are like my favorite mix.
Yeah, they're an incredible breed. She really is. Just full of love, you know?
They're so smart. They have great energy, and they're just all around. It's my favorite mix.
Yeah, I kind of make a joke around the office because she'll come with me to work pretty often. And it's kind of funny because I swear she'd betray me for like the delivery guy because she loves so much that she'll run up to him and she'd leave with him too. She's just that full of love.
So tell us about Skout's Honor.
Yeah, so Skout's Honor was founded in 2015 by two like-minded pet parents, essentially. Two friends that wanted to really kind of change the pace, I guess, for what we kind of know as high-performing, natural, environmentally and socially conscious products that can outperform chemical products that we may know on the market and ultimately make life happier and healthier for pets and their people. And that's kind of the backbone of the brand. And we originally started with a cleaning line, and then we've now advanced into probiotic grooming and now wellness and preventative training. We even have a flea and tick line launching just later this year. And it's been kind of a whirlwind, especially this last year here, but we're in it for the long haul. And we've had an awesome year, and we were excited to kind of provide the pet community with better and better products that really do outperform what we kind of know as those standard chemicals that we're kind of all caught using.
I'm aware of Skout's Honor. I've seen Skout's Honor at the Global Pet Expo for years. Of course, this year will be quite different than other years. It's funny, I almost want to say, and how is this year different from any others, which is one of those comments they make sometimes. And we're almost, this is being recorded in spring of 2021. We're almost at the light at the end of the tunnel, but not quite there yet. And I like how when you contacted me, you said, we have products for the unlucky pet parent. Yeah. And that's so true, because as a pet parent, and especially we have this year a lot of, in 2020, so, during, I guess this year period from February 2020 to now we're in March 2021, there's been a lot of new pet parents. And right. And they often don't know what to expect. And they consider themselves, they're unlucky. This is happening to me, whatever. But guess what? It happens to all pet parents. Right?
It sure does. Yeah. It's, as you mentioned, like there's more pet parents than ever. There's 63% of households now have one or more domesticated animal.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Which is a big uptick. And then you also see 43% of those are now millennial pet parents. So we've seen a dramatic shift in just even who the pet parent is now in this last year, especially. And just as we see these trends change, we also notice with the pet parent that they're a lot more conscious of what they're buying, whether it be they're more conscious of the natural products or what they have around their home. They do a lot more research on what they're doing, what they're buying, and what they're providing for their pet. Essentially putting the pet in the category of being just like our kids. And in some cases, better than our kids, right? Like they love you more unconditionally back, right?
Well, what I like about your line is that you do have ingredients that everything is safe for pets. You even have, and I looked at this quickly, so correct me if I'm making a mistake here, but you have a Scouts one-on-one on your website, and it has it's kind of a glossary of all these various types of ingredients. And I think those are just, and is it ingredients only in your products or ingredients that you can find in any pet product?
So, I mean, we'll have ingredients in our products that you may find in other pet products. But I will tell you, like, our makeup is very unique to us. That goes from our cleaning line to our grooming line, even our wellness line. And as we continue on in and out preventative training and flea and tick, what we primarily focus on is using ingredients that are going to be safe on your animals or in your environment. So that's kind of where we pull in. So when we have like our probiotic grooming line, for example, like there's a blend of probiotics in there, which is unique to us. We're the first ones in the pet space to provide a topical probiotic grooming line. And what we've now seen is we've done studies upon studies, and we just recently got a lab test result back that actually shows that our probiotic blend is more effective than benzalkonium chloride against yeast, candida yeast, and now ringworm, which blew our minds. And we knew it was a very, very high performing product, but it's just to be able to say that now, to have the science behind it, has been something really incredible for the brand. And we haven't quite, launched that to market or kind of told everybody about that yet. But that's like the latest that's going to come out from us coming up here pretty quick is we're extremely high performing against those types of bacteria. And this is a natural grooming line that just uses beneficial bacteria, probiotics, to combat those bacteria that cause, common skin ailments in a lot of pets.
You know what? Let me ask you, you don't often hear the term probiotic with like a pet grooming products. They're more medication and feed, and especially with cats, because I believe you have grooming products for it's cats and dogs, right?
Correct. Yes, it is both feline and canine safe. You're correct.
And, we all know that felines and cats groom like crazy, but dogs do too.
Mm-hmm.
So putting the probiotic in the grooming product is actually fabulous, because why would you want your cat or dog to ingest chemicals that could make them sick?
Right. And like what's really unique about our grooming products is our encapsulates, like how we're actually able to keep it stable. And because if you're familiar with probiotics, a lot of times, at least previously, you'd have to keep them refrigerated or kind of in strange conditions to be able to keep probiotics stable. Well, our product is really unique in the delivery system because it's a little kefir grain that basically encapsulates dormant probiotics. So they're actually not quite active until they actually get on the animal, and that little kefir grain breaks down. And then that happens to be the perfect environment for good bacteria and bad bacteria, but in this case, good bacteria to thrive. And so what it does is it starts to rebalance the natural bacteria of the animal's skin and coat to displace bad bacteria and creates an environment where it just can't exist. It doesn't necessarily kill it all off. The bad bacteria is not killing off the bad bacteria. It's just creating an environment where it can't be. And that's what will displace now issues that are like hot spots, dry skin, itchy skin, yeast infections. Like I said before, now candida yeast, ringworm. It's incredible stuff. And it's just new science to the community. And we're the first in the pet space to be able to provide this type of high performing natural product that combats these common skin ailments.
Well, kudos to you and thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of people listening are thinking that is exactly what I need. What about for cleaning products? Because all of us, I know very few pet parents that do not find an accident on the floor, even if they have enough litter boxes or if their dog is well behaved. You generally, it just happens. Accidents happen.
They do. They do. So we have, it's called BioCore technology, and it's, again, unique to us, and it falls into our cleaning line. And what we do there is we actually have plant surfactants. So our cleaning products are going to be natural again, and they just use the power of plants. And we were able to use this. And what our products ultimately do is when you apply it to, it could be a stubborn old stain, it could be wine grease. We've even heard floor glue. People have gotten floor glue off of like your dog's paws, like someone obviously laying construction, the dog came in and walked through, and they've used our product to pull floor glue off the paws. It just is going to provide basically a barrier reliever.
Floor glue?
Floor glue.
Floor glue.
Yeah, like floor adhesive. Yes. Wow. Yeah, we have a groomer locally out here in California that had a gentleman, a construction worker, bring in his dog. He's like, my dog was with me on the work site, and walk through the glue we laid down when we were getting ready to lay this new floor. He's like, and I've tried everything. I mean, I've tried different soaps and conditioners and shampoos and just kind of anything and everything to be able to get this glue off my dog's paws. And it's just so stubborn, I can't do it. And he actually used one of these unlucky products, which it wasn't necessarily designed for, but we now know it works for that, right? But he used one of these products, and he was able actually to get the floor glue off of the dog's paws, which is safe. How the cleaning products work, or I don't know if you want to jump right into like the top 5 products here for the unlucky pet parent.
Yes. Let's see.
But we'll start at the top. So the skunk odor eliminator is actually the product that he used for the floor glue. But what the skunk odor eliminator is actually designed to do is it strips basically good and bad oils off the animal. So in the case of the dog being sprayed by a skunk, they're going to get obviously covered in that oil, the skunk spray. So this product will come in and you'll use it as like a lukewarm bath shampoo almost. And you just kind of do your standard bath process and you spray it, or you pour it all over the animal, right? And you kind of massage it in. And what it does is it strips those oils off of the dog. So then but that's good and bad oil. So what you want to do after that is you'll give the dog like a nice conditioning bath with a pH balanced shampoo. We obviously suggest Skout's on probiotics, but any pH balanced pet shampoo will do because it's just going to return those good oils back onto the coat. But it's the number one, and I will argue that all day, top performing odor eliminator for skunk out there. And it's just using natural plant surfactants.
What about if you don't have a skunk, or I guess a skunk in your area, or skunks in your geographical area for your dogs? Would it be good for some breeds are really smelly? Would it be good for a smelly breed?
Yeah, it could. I mean, if the dog just kind of has like a funk to him, you could use it. What's nice, actually, jumping back to the probiotic line is a lot of times if the dog does have a natural funk, that's typically a bacteria issue. A lot of times yeast. So our shampoos or probiotic line will actually help balance that bacteria as like a long-term effect, to where that smell will start to go away naturally. But yeah, you could use the odor eliminator, the skunk odor eliminator for that, or in that capacity. But again, you'd come back to obviously wanting to do the pH balanced shampoo to kind of restore those oils, because does pull good and bad off. But yeah, you could absolutely use it in that capacity.
Okay, let's hear number 2.
Next up, we have our anti-chew spray. So this is going to be designed especially for that new pet parent that obviously they just got a puppy. That puppy's curious. The thing with puppies is like they use their mouth to get to know their world, to get to know different textures, what they should chew, what they shouldn't chew. And this is going to be a preventative training tool. So how you want to use it is basically if the dog happens to chew on their leash, for example. Obviously, we don't want them doing that. So this is going to be arguably one of the most bitter, sour tasting things on the planet. It is safe to ingest. You don't want to ingest it. It does not taste good. I've personally tasted it. It's not pleasant by any means, but it's a preventative training tool. So what it does is if the dog goes to chew on the leash, obviously you want to go over there and you want to correct them. Be like, no, you don't, this is not something you chew on. And what you do is then you'd spray the leash with this product. So then if the dog comes back to the leash, they now know with the command no, and this flavor or this taste now that the leash has, that's something they want to avoid. So it takes a little bit of time because puppies are so stubborn. And again, they're just using their mouths to get to know their environment, whether that be the wood leg on the table or the trim or each other, however, if they're like licking certain areas they shouldn't.
Or your down comforter, yes.
Exactly. So it's just different things you don't want them to chew. And this is just, like I said, a training tool. It just goes to show them like this taste and the command no is something that we're training you not to do. And so this is going to be just a beautiful training tool to obviously help them be more aware of their surroundings, what they're allowed to chew on, what they're not allowed to chew on, and that kind of thing. And it's just very, very, very unpleasant. Like it is not.
That's a great tool to have because I've had those problems in the past. and have tried everything. Bitter apples, which was something we used way back, and hot sauce together. Didn't do for her. She was bound.
She loved it.
Okay, we're going to take a little break and we're going to be right back here, number 3. So I'll be back after this message.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here, your host on Best Bets for Pets and Catitude. Ben & Jerry's has frozen treats for dogs. Yum! Whoop out loud, right? I know Nikki is going to love this. He loves a frozen treat. They have 2 different flavors. One is Punch's Mix, which is peanut butter and pretzel, and the other one is Rosie's Batch, which is pumpkin and mini cookies. You know, I kind of like both of those flavors too, but my absolute favorite is fish food. Anything Ben & Jerry's is always fabulous because the quality is so good and their mixes are so delicious. Be sure to check out more about these frozen dog desserts as well as pictures of all the caniners at the Ben & Jerry's Vermont office at benjerry.com. That's BenJerry.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking to Tommy Shankland about Scout's Honor products, and we're now hearing about the top 5. We're on number 3.
Number 3. So on this, with obviously addressing the unlucky pet parent, this is going to be your urine destroyer. This could play into, again, your old dog, your new dog, your cat, kind of any animal whatsoever, as well as your wine stains, your grease stains. But this is going to be our urine destroyer. And this is going to be a very, very high strength cleaning product. You're able to use it on any like water safe surface. So carpets, upholstery, certain flooring. And what it does is any new messes, old messes, stubborn messes, your messes, their messes, this is going to help you pull that mess essentially out of the carpet. So if it's a stubborn old stain, what you're going to do is basically just apply it to the area. You give it a few minutes to actually kind of activate or get underneath the stain itself. And then you'd actually go in and just extract it with like a high absorbent cloth. And then that's going to pull that stain or odor out of that surface.
Is this good for dogs and cats?
Yeah, so you wouldn't actually apply it to the animal itself. It's going to be more for like the surfaces, but yes.
Well, no, for dog and cat urine, because there is a difference.
Yes, there is a difference. Yes, there's a lot more like ammonias in your cat urine. It's a little bit more stubborn, but yes, it will work. One of the biggest things is dogs tend to like kind of scent wood trim and like, obviously like porous surfaces. So this is a product that will actually start to work on those areas as well. It is going to be a little bit more stubborn. You may have to kind of treat it twice just because it is a porous surface. But we've even had success in areas like that because, male cats or male dogs, they kind of go up to the wall and they'll kind of pee on the wall. And those are going to be porous surfaces. So we've had success in treating even those areas. Sometimes they're a little bit more stubborn than others. Like it's a lot easier to clean, like let's say tile, than it would be a porous surface. But it does work to that capacity as well.
Okay. And number 4?
Number 4 is going to be our pet odor eliminator. So this is going to be more for your airborne odors. So anything from stubborn odors. Let's say you have multiple dogs. You kind of walk in the house, you get that big smell of, a couple dogs live here. This is going to help pull those odors out of the air. We've had success with pulling, obviously, above dog beds or laundry or garbage. And it just is a natural way you spray it in the air and the molecule will attach to your odor molecules that are in the air and just pulls them out of the air. There's no unpleasant smell associated with it. It's not a fragranted product. You have just kind of this nice, fresh, clean, natural fragrance that comes along with it. And it's going to act as a high strength odor eliminator.
Okay. And not least, but last, number 5.
So number 5 is actually one of the only products, I guess, in this lineup that's going to be probiotic. And this is actually a product that's part of our wellness line, but also part of the probiotic lineup. So it's our anti-itch spray. And how this works is you have an oatmeal in there that's going to be kind of your instant, you spray this directly on the animal, but there's an oatmeal in there that's going to act as like kind of the instant relief. If you notice your dog is maybe scratching or kind of thumping all night, keeping you awake because they have some issue to where they just can't stop scratching. So they'll get the instant relief from the oatmeal, but then again, back to the probiotic. The probiotic in this product itself will actually get in there and balance the natural bacteria on the animal's skin and coat. to where whatever the issue was causing them to itch, it'll actually start to balance out that bacteria to where it becomes a long-term effect to where they will stop scratching themselves. So it's a newer product that we actually launched last year, I believe right around Global Pet Expo last year. And it addresses the issue both directly and then as well as like long-term, to where you have that long-term lasting effect, and you can kind of avoid that treat and repeat process because you're naturally balancing your bacteria to where they're happier and healthier.
Well, thank you for telling us the top 5. I know Skout's Honor has a pretty good sized lineup of products. And this is a tough question, but if you had to tell a new pet parent, just any pet parent, these are the 2 products you should have all the time, no matter what issue your dog or cat has. So we're taking out of the scope of a situation, which is most of the time where people would purchase your product. And what would be the 2 that you should always have on hand?
Ooh, that's tough. Just because you're right. We have an incredible lineup of products.
I know. I know it's a tough one, and I didn't ask you about it before. I mean, I would say you want the one with that will be the odor eliminator for number 2. I think cleaning the floors or wherever the dog or cat is marking.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is going to depend on how the animal is too. I mean, because if you have a dog that's house trained, you may not have those issues. If your dog has a nice balanced like coat with like bacteria, you may not have like that funk that comes with kind of walking in the front door, because the dog's nice and clean and nice and fresh. So it's going to depend. We do have like a new puppy at home kit or a happy at home kit that you can check out on the website. It's going to be more than just 2 products, but it kind of addresses like everything that you would need if you're a new pet parent or old pet parent, or you have the stubborn old dog. Like it kind of addresses all of them. If I were, so like here, let's say I have a perfect life and both my dogs are very, very well trained, and all I need to worry about is their general grooming, I would go with our grooming essential kit, which in that one, you get the power of those probiotics, which like is unmatched on the market. And it's something that like is just picking up more and more momentum. And as the vet community gets more and more behind it, we're starting to realize this is the new natural way to treat often what like we've addressed medical shampoos and other things for. That is kind of one of the holy grails, I guess, of kits that we have set up. So it comes with your probiotic 2-in-1, which is going to be a shampoo conditioner combination in one bottle. And that is good for all coat types. So it could be a show breed. It could be a bully breed. It could be a cat. And it's going to help address, obviously, balancing those natural bacteria. And then with that kit, you also get a probiotic deodorizer spray in the same fragrance. So that way you can kind of address those issues without having to give the dog a bath every day or give the cat a bath every day if they do have a chronic skin condition. And then you do get that nice fresh fragrance with it too. So they kind of, that bath smells a little bit more longer lasting, and your pup or cat always smells nice and fresh and clean.
That sounds like a great idea. Can you tell that I have somebody in my fur babe of all my fur babes that constantly misbehaves? And it's a cat. There's so many things you could train and this and that, but cats are a little harder when it comes to market.
Oh, sure.
I think.
Sure.
And it's 2 sisters that don't like each other. So there you go. Okay.
the forever battle.
So anything that cleans the floors and it's safe for them, I'm on it. I love it. Okay. Tell me about the Paw Pledge.
So I love that you mentioned it. So the Paw Pledge is actually every single bottle that we sell. And that could be both on our website. That could be through chewy.com, amazon.com, even at retail. We donate a day's worth of food to an animal in need. So I don't mean that like lightly. Every single bottle that we sell, we donate a day's worth of food. If you buy 3 bottles, that's 3 days of feeding an animal. We do Paw Pledge promotions sometimes too, to where we'll donate an entire week for every bottle we sell. But every day, every bottle you sell, we donated a day's worth of food. We're now at over 6.5 million meals donated.
Woo!
And it's just something that it's been with the brand since the beginning. We have an incredible partner along with it. And it's our way of kind of giving back. The whole thing behind the brand, again, is happier and healthier pets. And so many pets don't have those forever homes. So this is just a way that we can give back. And it's such a small way, but it's just a way that we're able to give back to try and provide a happier and healthier environment for certain animals that maybe don't have that privilege of being adopted just yet. So, but yeah, the Paw Pledge.
I love that you have the Paw Pledge. Tell everybody where you can find Skout's Honor.
Sure. So you can find Scouts Honor at scoutshonor.com. So that'd be www.scoutshonor.com. And that is Scouts with a K. So SKOUTSHONOR.com. You can find us on Chewy.com. You can find us on Amazon.com. And then we also have a store locator on our website. You can find us in most, if not all, pet specialty retailers.
Yep. And I tried it in my area, and I'm kind of in the suburbs, so it's not too difficult, but you're in a lot of stores.
Yeah, even rural ones.
Yeah, everywhere. Well, Tommy, thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
I really enjoyed that show. It's great having Tommy on from Scouts Honor, and for everyone listening, great lineup of products. Their product line, I've watched it over the years at Global Pet Expo grow, and it's just a great line of products. You can find everything at their website, scoutshonor.com, and they're in a ton of places. So thanks to Tommy for coming on Best Bets for Pets. Thanks to my pet crew, Nikki and Charlotte, Dennis, Molly, Sammy, and Jethro for giving me a reason to use Scouts Honor products. And thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound amazing. And a huge thank you to everyone listening to Best Bets for Pets. Now keep listening. We have so many more great products coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.